Hello, BookTube. Hello, friends. Welcome to Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and it is Thursday, December 17th. I am in front of my Christmas tree finally, and I'm in between two Christmas-themed events, and I'm filming a Christmas book haul. So let's just get started. Now, I have already been to our library today. We had our book club Christmas party, and that was a lot of fun. And then in a few minutes, we are going to be headed out the door to our live nativity that our church hosts, and that has been going on in our community for 37 years. And my family and I have been blessed to be a part of that ever since we started attending this particular church in 2017. And you may have heard me talk about it in previous years. So that is always a lot of fun. It started last night and it runs for 4 nights. And so I have been busy with that, and also I am currently leading the music at our church. So we have a Christmas cantata that we're performing on Sunday the 20th. So we have a lot going on, and I have been accumulating some Christmas themed books. So I thought that since I've been promising you a book haul, I should go ahead and at least show you the Christmas themed books right now while we're in the middle of the Christmas season. And then hopefully soon, if not before Christmas, maybe by the end of the year, I will show you all of the other random books that I have accumulated over the last few months. So let's get started. Now, some of these are romances. Probably most of them have maybe a romantic element. Most all of them are inspirational. There may be one or two, there for sure are one or two that are not, and one of those may be kind of steamy, but I'm not sure. We shall see. Hopefully most all of them are clean and just the kind of stuff that I like, comfort reads. And one of them is a cozy mystery. One of them is an Amish book. There's some short stories. So there is a good variety of what I hope will be wonderful Christmas literature. Now, I don't think I'm going to be reading any of these this year, but these are the ones that I have recently added to my Christmas themed book collection. So let's get started. Now, I'm always excited when our local library puts out the Christmas books. They don't put out Christmas themed books on the sales shelves until usually October. This year they didn't put them out until November, I think mid-November. And so I'm always excited when I see those. And this year they had 6 books by this one particular author who is well known for her Christmas books. And I have read one of her Christmas books. I don't own the one I've read, but I own another one that was on the shelf, but I couldn't remember which ones I had and which ones I didn't have. And I didn't have any cash with me when I first saw them up there, but I had my eye on them. And so I finally remembered to come home, check what I had, and then take some cash with me and go back and purchase these just a few days ago. So let me start with these. They are by Melody Carlson. I looked them all up, and it looks like they are all standalones. I don't know if she has any Christmas books that are in a series, but she has a lot of Christmas themed books, and they're all fairly short. This one is called Angels in the Snow. And in fact, it says it's a novella. And I don't know anything about these. I have not looked up anything other than to see if they were part of a series or anything. This one looks fun. The Christmas Bus. Now, the one I have read by her has an RV on the front, all decked out. I can't even think, what is it? The Christmas Road Trip? Is that the name of that one? It's not that old. It was really fun. I enjoyed that a lot, but I don't have a copy of it. I would have probably bought it if they had that one, even though I've read it, just because I would probably read it again. Anyway, this one is The Christmas Pony. If you've read any of these, let me know. And this one is called All I Have to Give. And this one has a snow globe on the front. That looks neat. Sorry, there's kind of a glare. The Christmas Shop. So they also had one called Christmas at Harrington's, and I do already have it. So I left it on the shelf for someone else to enjoy. And then this one I got fairly recently. This is book number 2 in the, is it Apple Ridge series by Sydney Woodsmall, The Christmas Singing. And just yesterday I was at a used bookstore, and they had a copy of the first book, which I don't have yet, but I didn't quite have enough cash. Used bookstore hardcover prices are still great prices, but it's not the same as a library book sale price. And so if I had a little bit more cash on me, I probably would have gone ahead and gotten it. It was like $4.95 or something. But anyway, I should have gotten it. Now, in hindsight, I should have gotten it, but I didn't. So now I've got books 2, 3, and 4 from this series, and I don't have book 1. So maybe, it's a used bookstore. It's going to be open tomorrow or whenever I go again. I'll just take some cash. I need to go get it. And then also at my library, they had a couple of others that interested me. This one I thought my sister might enjoy, and I may read it myself first. It's called Christmas Threads. So that to me says sewing. Maybe there's something to do with quilting or sewing. 4 romantic novellas about cherished family traditions. And I'll have to put my glasses on to read the authors of this one. There's 4 authors, 4 stories. Andrea Bouchard, Gail Gamer. See, the writing is right there on that dark spot. Let me just open up the book so I can read. And now the stamp is going across it. All right, Andrea Bouchard, Gail Gamer Martin, Colleen L. Reese, and Janet Spaeth. So anyway, hard names to say, but those are the authors, and I'm sorry if I messed any of those up. So those look fun. This one looked really interesting, and I didn't really get a chance to read of what it was about or learn any more about it until I got it home. But this is called Thomas Kincaid's Home for Christmas by Joanne Brown. And I thought, well, Thomas Kincaid wrote that whole Cape Light series, which I've been reading, and I didn't think this had anything to do with it, but I came home and looked it up, and it apparently is the story of Thomas Kincaid, but written in a fictionalized form, and it's by Joanne Brown, who has written some fiction for Guideposts. I have read a couple of her books, I think, and it says that it is a motion picture also. I think the name of the motion picture may be a different name. I read it because there was a different name on in the description of this book, and now I can't think what it was called. But anyway, if you know, let me know. So I don't know if it says it's a motion picture from Lionsgate. So I almost said Hallmark. Hallmark doesn't have the what's the word? The monopoly on all Christmas movies, although we seem to think they do. Anyway, it just it looks really neat, and I'm happy to have that. All right, the rest are mass market paperbacks. I've got one cozy mystery. I think I showed you this a few months ago because I've had this a little while. Merry Market Murder. This is book 5 in the Farmers Market Mystery Series by Paige Shelton. I did read a Paige Shelton book for my mystery book club earlier this year, and then my sister sent me a Paige Shelton book from a different series. So she has several different series. This one is the Farmers Market Mystery Series. I've got a couple of others on my shelf from this series, and most cozy mystery series, if they've been around a while, they have a Christmas themed book somewhere in their lineup, and this one is no exception. So I am excited to start this series. I won't start here. I'll start with the beginning, but that one looks like a lot of fun. Okay, so I have 2 books here that I don't know much about this author. I've only read one book by this author, Lori Wilde. This is a Twilight, Texas novel called The Christmas Dare. This is book 10 in the Twilight, Texas series. I think that this series gets a little bit steamy, probably more steamy than I like. I have read the first book in this series, and I didn't love it, but then, and I've shared this before, I kept seeing other books from the Twilight, Texas series and thinking, oh, those look so cute. Those look so cute. And I just keep collecting them, and I have to stop because I know I'm probably not even going to like them. But anyway, I have them now on my shelf, and I'll give it another try for sure. And then this is a book by Rae Thane. I have read most of her Hope's Crossing series. I think it's Hope's Crossing. And this is from the Haven Point series, book number 3. This was in all of those books that were in my garage for I don't know how long, that I finally have been doing something with. And I went through them one last time to see if there's anything that I wanted to keep. And I found this and I thought, ooh, I should read this series. I don't have the rest of them and I'll probably listen to them on audio. But anyway, this just reminds me that I want to read this series. This is a pretty clean author. I mean, this, what a ridiculous thing to say. This author, as far as I know and what I've heard, writes clean books. Not Christian books, but just, closed door kind of thing. She sort of skips over the graphic parts, and I appreciate that. I have read several of the other series that's by her, the one that starts with Blackberry Summer, and I appreciate that. That I found that to be very true of the books so far that I have read by her. And Sarah has said the same thing, that these are good examples of clean books that are not faith-based. So I am looking forward to getting to the series. And then speaking of clean authors and authors that write clean books, I've got 3 Debbie Macumber books. So this one is Angels at the Table. This is from her Angels series. I think that the Angels series don't need to be read in order. I could be wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. This is listed as number 7 in the Angels series. It's called Angels at the Table, and it says it's a Christmas story. So I haven't read any of the Angel books except for the Mrs. Miracle books. I have read those. This one I think I picked up in a little free library somewhere. It's called Glad Tidings, and I believe it has 2 books in it. One is called There's Something About Christmas, and the other one is Here Comes Trouble. So I believe those are probably 2 of her older books that were repackaged in that bind-up. And then this one is a book of 3 full-length novels that are holiday themed. One of them is by Debbie Macumber. The whole book is called Holiday Blessings, and the Debbie Macumber book is called Thanksgiving Prayer. Then there is another book called The Risk of Loving by Jane Peart or Pert. I don't know. My mom used to read her. I may have read 1 or 2 books by her from way back. And then one is by Irene Hannon, and it is called Home for the Holidays. So this is a bind-up of 3 books, and they are all holiday themed. So that is everything that I have to show you today. I better get this uploaded and get ourselves to the car. Emily's over here. You can't see her. She's off camera. She has been hanging out with me today at my book club Christmas party, and now we are going to go and be a part of the live nativity. Katie has to work till 8, but she's going to come and catch the tail end of it. And I think my husband will be able to come and be there for the second half as well. So that's all for this video. I got to run. I hope you are having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.